Slowly this place is starting to look very different. When we first came here, the land was neglected and like a blank canvas. So today we are continuing the process of clearing and shaping it. Some of the wood becomes firewood and the rest will go back into the garden and raised beds as compost. And later today we will finally start mowing this place with our tractor. Recently we found out that our barn is at least 100 years old, but we're still trying to figure out how old the barn precisely is. But the fact that the barn is that old really gives us a sense of humbleness and even more respect for this place. We know, for example, that this olive tree is at least 200 years old, so that gives us an idea of how old this farm could be. It really makes us wanting to take even better care of this land, and with that comes pruning, clearing the land and making it ready for spring. That is exactly what we're going to do today. Pruning the fruit trees, making the most out of the branches and wood that comes of it, firewood for inside, using the branches in our raised beds to make use of the hugel culture, or making compost out of it. In that way, nothing goes to waste. So the idea is to put the thicker branches in our newly built wood storage, so we can use them as firewood for next year. And the thinner branches will be used or as compost or in the raised beds. I still got 2 to do, but the thicker parts are nice to start the fire. So I'm gonna sort out the bigger branches, bring them to the wood storage, and after that I will bring the other branches to the compost bin and to the raised beds, and maybe some will be burned in the fire pit. And these really tiny branches, I think I will let them here so they can compensate next to the trees. Nothing wrong with a little bit compost around the trees. So yeah, that's the plan for now. And later on in the video I will cut some trees. Maybe you can see them over there. They've been lying here since we bought the farm. and I really want to cut them in pieces so we can also lay them to dry in the wood storage, so we have wood for next year. So you see, it's just a small bit, but everything helps, and it's just great to use your own wood in your fireplace. So yeah, it's part of being self-sufficient, right? So as you see, we've bought some wood in the local shop because, well, we have a wood burner, but obviously we don't have enough wood from our own land. So we bought some wood, and all the rest we put up here is just to dry, and hopefully we have enough for next year. So yeah, the branch I just took, I'll add them here, and after that I will cut the trees you saw over there, laying over there. After this, we will take a look at the raised beds, how the veggies are doing, how the strawberries are doing, and of course to put some branches in that area. So by the time we add the other two raised beds, we can put the branches in. So it's not much right now, but we still have a lot of pruning to do. I think we still have a good couple of thick branches, and some I even think I need to chainsaw for. So yeah, the pile will keep growing and growing. One of the other ideas I have for the apple branches and pear branches is to make some wood chips out of it. One, we can use them for the land, but secondly, we can also use the wood snippers at a barbecue. So yeah, that's something for, I think, next year. I'm sure not this year, but hopefully next year. But that's definitely something I want to do. Of course, you can also do that with the olive branches. So there are enough options and different things I can do with the branches that come off the trees we're pruning. And this year we will have more branches than next year, because this year we have a little bit of neglected trees, because the previous owner lived here for a year, didn't do anything on the land. He was working on our old barn. And the people before that, I really don't know, but as you can see on the trees behind me, they all could use a hard prune. So yeah, we will have a lot of branches, and therefore we have a lot of options. The idea I have now is to put the branches here, because this is the area where we're going to put the two yet to build raised beds, over there and over there. So if we collect the branches up here, we can easily add them to the raised beds once we are going to do that. A lot of flowers. My wife's really excited about it. Later in this video you will see me driving the tractor, because it is working and mowing a part of the land. But as you can see, we have a lot of flowers, and my wife instructed me not to hit the flowers with the mower. So yeah, I need to be careful. But for now, I'm going to put the branches up here. I promise you guys to have a look at our raised beds with the veggies and the strawberries. So here it is. It needs a little, yeah, it's a little dry, so it needs some water. I will add the water, I think, tonight, because it's now getting a little bit more sunny. The veggies are doing well, and the strawberries are happy too. We've got our first flowers. So that should mean we will get our first fruits soon. Very pleased by that. Always good to see your fruits starting to grow. And I also want to show you the tomatoes and the chilies I've planted. Well, I've not planted, but I put in the tiny greenhouse. So yeah, let's go. So as promised, we're going to take a look at our tiny greenhouse again. And the veggies are doing pretty well. And we're starting to get some chilies, which I'm very happy about. And in the back, we also get a tomato. So yeah, very pleased by that. But especially pleased with the little chilies we've got. So yeah, let's hope they will taste as good as they're starting to look already. Today we got a delivery and I'm very pleased by it because it is the bigger brother of our tiny greenhouse. So that one will be assembled and filled in next week's video. Last week we've told you about the two new trees that were coming. This is the first one, the avocado. It starts flowering already, so that means we should have some avocados and also a new mango tree. I think it's 2.5 meters, something like that, so it's a nice tree already. Last week I've told you about the 20 trees we've planted so far on this farm, and the tree right behind me, let me see, there, is the lime tree. I've told you about that. It is looking horrible because all the leaves that flew away during the storms. And I told you that the tree was doing well, although it doesn't look like that. But to prove to you that I didn't lie, up there, yeah, up there, we have a small flower. As far as we know and learned is that we have 3 plums, 1, 2, and 3 over there. We've replanted these two, the first two. So we were hoping that they were okay, and as you can see, they're blossoming very well. And we also pruned them, and one of the branches started to uh, blossom too. So I just put it in the ground, and hopefully it works out. I have no clue. Maybe it's already dead. It doesn't look that great, but well, let's see and let's find out. So maybe we've got ourselves a 4th plum tree. 2 weeks ago, someone asked about the house and what we were doing over there. So I promised a little sneak peek. And this is the bedroom, and as you can see, there are some walls installed and we have new tiles, among other things. With all the piles of hay and the branches that come off from the pruning because all the neglected trees, we decided to burn some of it because it is way too much to put in the compost bin or to put in the raised beds. So clearing the land also means that you need to burn it sometimes. And therefore we made a fire pit, so yeah, let's make use of it. And while the fire pit is burning, it's time for me to cut this one into pieces so we can make firewood out of it. And over there we have a second one. We believe that this one once was a pear tree, and we believe that the one over there once was an olive tree. But these 2 trees were already down when we bought the land, so yeah, there's nothing we can do. So yeah, I could literally stand there next to the fire for hours. Just, I don't know, something about the fire makes me calm, but well, then I never get a job done. So yeah, let's cut this one into pieces and then we can make another fire. So we have a nice wheelbarrow full of wood, and as you can see, Yumi really loves branches and cut wood. So I'm gonna place it in the wood storage, but I think our lovely dog will get some out of it. Let's see. So that's a nice pile of wood. Still one tree to go. So yeah, we're getting there slowly, bit by bit.
Let me see.
Next week we will assemble the big brother of our tiny greenhouse we've built, which my father-in-law absolutely loved, by the way. We have an exciting update about our almond trees. It's getting green leaves too. And we also have the first harvest of the fruits from the birthday trees I've got. So see you next week, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Bye!